We had a computer room, which everybody loved because the computers had games we could play. Educational games, but games. So we were always excited every time we got a chance to be in that classroom. One day, our teacher said the first kids to finish their work and have it all correct can go to the computer room for the rest of the period. That was enough motivation for me to finish. I ended up being one of the few who were allowed to go. By this time, my stomach was urging me to use the bathroom, but I ignored it. I've held it in many times, and I thought this day would be no different. As we played games in the computer classroom, the urge to go got stronger and stronger and stronger, but I was determined not to sit in those filthy toilets. You ever feel what I can only describe as a tidal wave, that as each wave comes, it's bigger and stronger than the one before? Me being determined and stubborn, although I had to go very badly, I thought I would be able to hold out until I got home. I was wrong. There I stood. As hard as I tried to hold it in, there was no stopping this wave. I could feel the warmth as it oozed into my underwear. For some reason, I didn't say anything. I just carried on like nothing happened. I don't know what I was thinking, but it didn't take long for the other students to notice. I could see them whispering to each other. One of them went to the teacher, and she came and approached and asked, "Jeff, do you need to use the bathroom?" "Not anymore," I said. For the rest of the day, I could hear the kids call me Dookie Boy as I sat in the hallway wearing someone else's clothes. Whose? I don't know. I thought for sure my life was over. They would never let me forget this for the rest of my life. My name is now Dookie Boy. I thought I might as well get used to it. I just knew no one would want to play with me or sit with me ever again. They'd move my seat to a corner from everybody. They think I would have the Dookie touch. But to my surprise, the next day, it was like it never happened. No one called me Dookie Boy. I was just Jeff. I wasn't teased to death about it. Everybody played with me, and I still sat in the middle of the class. This was 1989. Down south, we were outdoors kids. We had to be. Up north, I stayed inside, mostly at first. My brother, however, was not as shy as I was and met all the kids on the block. I remember watching them play football in the streets out of my aunt's bedroom window. They would all step aside as cars drive through, while sometimes throwing the ball over the cars to another kid across the street. Surprisingly, no one was ever hit by a car. Out of the years playing football in the middle of the street, only one window was ever broken. I wasn't interested though. Sports weren't big where we were in Selma. We had BB guns. slingshots, and Kent scooters. The open fields and woods were our playground. Interestingly enough, though, on 10th Street, we actually had a huge playground right around the corner with 6 basketball courts, 2 tennis courts, a huge field with 2 baseball diamonds on either side. Oh, and a swimming pool. We spent most of our days there. It was great. But not at first. I hated Philadelphia. I rejected everything about it. The houses, the lack of grass, the constant flow of traffic, trash everywhere, graffiti, sirens, buses, trains, even the food didn't taste right. I wanted to go home. I didn't want to go play with the kids. I didn't want to go to that school. I didn't want to live in an apartment. Eventually, I began hanging out with the kids along with my brother. We played sports and other games pretty much every day after school. Within a couple of months, we moved out of my aunt's apartment directly across the street into the apartment we spent the next 12 years in. I still struggled with school that first year. So much so, I had to repeat the 3rd grade the next year. When I walked home, holding that envelope with a letter from my mom stating I would have to repeat the grade, I thought for sure she would kill me. Or that my summer was over before it even started. When I got home, I thought, might as well get it over with. So I handed her the envelope and waited for her to explode. Well, you'll just have to do it over again, she said with a shrug. And that was something that always stuck with me. Instead of punishing me, she let me try again. I was the one who would have to do the work if I wanted to succeed. In life, we are allowed to make mistakes, and we should be happy when we get another shot at something. I never forgot that. Years pass, and I adjust to Philadelphia. I had a great childhood, actually, filled with memories and tons of stories. Stories I'd like to share. Stay tuned for more stories.